2009, once he arrived here, he knew there were some inequalities that still needed to be handled in the South.
I protested. I didn't want to come to Dallas, Texas. Dallas had a bad under reputation. Dallas, Texas is the city where Negro leaders and Negro ministers boycotted Dr. King.
Shortly after the death of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Reverend Peter Johnson, the youngest member of King's Southern Christian Leadership Conference, made it his priority to continue King's dream for equality in the South.
He looked at us and he said, "Go back to the South." He said, "Go back to the South." It finished us.
Reverend Johnson had first been tasked with promoting the film King, Montgomery to Memphis, but once he arrived in Dallas, tensions began to flare.
This movie was going to premiere in 800 cities around the world. 799 cities around the world offered theaters and opened up the theaters to show Dr. King's movie. There was only one city on earth who said that movie ain't gonna be shown in this city, the city of Dallas, Texas.
On top of friction with local Dallas film companies, Reverend Johnson also began to hear of eminent domain disputes in South Dallas.
These good people started telling me about something called the Fair Park homeowners. And would you help us? And I explained to them, hey, I'm under orders. I ain't supposed to get involved in nothing in this city. I got a mission. I got to do my mission. I can't help you. I'm sorry.
Johnson was the dynamite amongst King's pastoral staff. He often got himself into a lot of good trouble in his fight for equality.
Like to see Jesse and John Lewis and Julian, everybody was older than me. But so being kind of the baby, anything I'd done was a screw up in their eyesight. And there was always a lot, well, you know, Peter's so young, you can't give him them kind of assignments. He'd go cuss people out, but I would.
After settling the film dispute and getting thousands to watch the movie in Dallas, Reverend Johnson later returned back to the Lone Star State to defend South Dallas homeowners.
I'm thinking, now what can I do to put my foot in this city's butt to make them understand that y'all getting in a fight that you ain't gonna win? And I looked at the Cotton Bowl parade, and the Cotton Bowl football game was on its way.
On the eve of the New Year's Day Cotton Bowl parade in 1969, Johnson gathered hundreds of people at Mount Olive Lutheran Church to stand united with the Dallas homeowners.
They came, but I knew they would. From all over, from as far as west California, from as far as west North Carolina, they poured into this city. Black kids, white kids, Jewish kids, most of them had been to jail with me.
Reverend Johnson and others stood their ground to organize a mass movement that laid the groundwork for homeowners to meet with city leaders about their property rights.
You could eat anywhere you want to eat with your money. You could buy a house anywhere your money would buy. You can go to school anywhere you want to go to school. We changed the laws. We did not change the hearts of white America. The disease of racism and bigotry is as prevalent today as it was yesterday.
Johnson says the fight for equality must continue on.
There are only a handful of us left, but I have so much faith and admiration in this next generation. See these kids who call themselves Black Lives Matter? That's the next generation of freedom fighters.
A young speaker in Dallas is helping us